Now, if you are not confident, if you're not trusting in yourself and therefore following your path, you are then putting trust in others and what they think, and therefore naturally you're going to care what they think and mold yourself to what they think, and therefore you will be out of alignment with your destiny, with your path in life. Okay, so these things are incredibly important when it comes to achieving what you desire in life. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be explaining how to stop caring what people think. Now, when it comes to not caring what people think, it is less about doing something specific or applying something specific to your mentality, and it is more about realising certain truths about what people think of you that once you realise, it becomes very difficult to care what people think anymore. So the first truth that we need to realise when it comes to not caring what people think about you is the fact that we live in a universe which works on the law of mirroring. So in life, people think of you what you think of yourself. So people reflect back to you what you think of yourself, whether that thought that you've been having about yourself is conscious or subconscious. People reflect it back to you. Okay, so if you don't validate yourself, you will get people in your life who do not see your worth. If you think that you can't do something deep down, you will get people in your life who believe that you can't do that thing. You will get people in your life who reflect back to you what you feel and think about yourself deep down. Now, when you realise this, you start to think to yourself, all this time, what I've actually been caring about is my own thoughts. You never cared what other people thought. All that time, you were actually caring about what you thought, and you were fighting against your own reflections. Now, not only do people reflect back to us exactly what we think of ourselves and other things, but they also will reflect back to you what you fear. So let's say, for example, you may not think you are ugly, but you may have a fear that others will think you are ugly, and therefore you will attract people that think you're ugly. Okay, so you may be thinking, but people are having thoughts of me that I don't actually think about myself. But do you fear that others will think those things of you? Because they will reflect that back to you. I have experienced this so many times in my life. I have experienced not thinking certain things about myself but fearing that others will think those things, and they have reflected that back to me. Now, because of this, in life, we tend to end up in cycles where our thoughts about ourselves are perpetuating themselves. So let's say, for example, you're someone who is insecure, and therefore you're not validating yourself. You're having insecure thoughts about yourself. You're not seeing your own worth. Now, as a result, you get people in your life who are not seeing your worth. They're not validating you. They're not seeing your worth at all, okay? They may be treating you like a doormat. Now, if you're not someone who's aware of what's going on, you're going to look at that, and you're then going to use that as confirmation for what you think about yourself. So you are going to use that, you are going to use the reflection of your insecurity as confirmation to continue being insecure. Now, here's a plot twist for you. Not only does the universe use others to reflect back to you what you think, but the universe is also using you to reflect back to others what they think. Now, the universe has a sneaky way of matching us up with people who believe the right things that are in alignment with what we believe about ourselves. So you've probably heard me say before that the judgment of others is a projection of their own self-limitations. Now, what I mean by this is that we speak as we believe. So if you do not believe you can do something, naturally you will not believe others can do that. So in life we encounter these people who project their self-limitations onto us It's just that more often than not, the universe, because it matches you up with people who are in alignment with you, those judgments from others that are projections of their own self-limitations will more often than not be in alignment with the fears and insecurities and the thoughts that we also have within us. Something I've noticed along my journey of not caring what people think anymore is that very often it's actually not what others think of us that bothers us. It's actually how we respond and how we allow people to treat us. Back like years ago when I cared what people thought of me, I was a people pleaser because of it, and I let people disrespect me because of it. I kind of let people take me for granted and disrespect me in that way, and after a while I actually got pretty pissed off about it, and this was actually an amazing thing because this was me starting to value myself. I was not angry at them because it wasn't technically their fault. It was my fault for allowing them to treat me that way, and that is actually what I was bothered about. It was the fact that I had let them disrespect me. I was angry with myself for that. And it's like I said in my previous video, this was not anger towards others, this was the beginning of passion for myself. This was the beginning of me respecting myself, stepping back into my confidence and not caring what people thought anymore. Now, many people think, and I've contemplated this myself, that the reason we care what others think is because we are a socially dependent species. Now, this is not true. We are a socially dependent species, but that is not why we care what others think of us. We care what others think of us because we have been conditioned to. We've been conditioned to lose trust in our self-confidence and therefore put it into others and what they think of us, and this was intentional. You can watch my previous video, How to Regain Your Confidence, to understand this more. But what we actually know deep down, and you can tell this by looking at children, because when we are children, we don't give a crap what anybody thinks. We just embody our true selves. We do what we want to do. We trust ourselves, and we don't care what people think. Now, this is because we are born knowing that we are meant to trust ourselves, listen to ourselves, and follow our own path and not care what people think. And we know deep down that the less you care about what people think, the more you actually attract them. When you care what people think, you repel them. People who care what others think are repellent. They are not attractive. So how does it make sense, this idea that we care what people think because we're a socially dependent species? So that idea is if you care what people think, you're going to get what you want and need from them, right? But in actual reality, the more you care what people think, the more you repel them, therefore the less likely you are to get what you want and need. So there is no possible way that we are caring what people think because we're a socially dependent species. We are less likely to get what we want and need from others if we care what they think. Not caring what people think is magnetic, it is attractive. We are attracted to people who are in their own frame, doing their own thing, following their own truth, trusting themselves, embodying their true self, and doing it unapologetically, not caring what people think. That is attractive, that is magnetic, and that is the way in life. And we know that deep down. We know it when we're born, we know it when we're children, and it simply gets conditioned out of us. Being confident and not caring what people think of you go hand in hand, because if we do not have confidence, which is trust in ourselves, we then are more likely to put trust in others and therefore what they think of us, and therefore naturally we are going to end up caring what they think. Now, you've probably heard me talking all the time about how being confident and not caring what people think plays a massive role in our lives and achieving what we desire in our life, because in order to achieve everything that is meant for us, we have to be our true selves, because we have a very specific destiny in life that was designed for you. It's designed for you, and you are very unique. And so in order to be in alignment with everything that is meant for you, you have to truly be you. You have to be your true self. Now, if you are not confident, if you're not trusting in yourself and therefore following your path, you are then putting trust in others and what they think, and therefore naturally you're going to care what they think and mold yourself to what they think, and therefore you will be out of alignment with your destiny, with your path in life. Okay, so these things are incredibly important when it comes to achieving what you desire in life. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If it's helped you, please hit the like button. And in my next video, I will be sharing tips, physical and mental, on how to actually remain confident and not caring what people think when we are around other people. Because something I've noticed along my journey of not caring what people think and becoming confident, I've noticed that when we're at home thinking about these things, we can get ourselves into a state of confidence and it's quite easy. But then when we're actually around other people, sometimes it's hard to maintain that state. So in this next video, I will be sharing some tips with you that you can apply that will help you stay in that confident, not caring state when you are actually around others. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in that video.